Hi, welcome behind the scenes. I'm Nathan's mom, and today I'm going to show you how I save money when we travel. I'm going to show you how I book airfare. It's a little complicated, but it does work and it does save a lot of money. So this first video is just the most basic level. I will be uploading later videos that will show you some of the more complicated tricks I use. Um, yes, I am a travel psycho. If I can find a better deal somewhere, I'm going to find it because that means that I get to go on another trip, right? And that's sort of the whole point for all of it for me. I want to go more places, see more things. Life's too short to stay home.
Okay, I'm hoping that I can get through this time. So I've decided to try and record. My cat has been saying, "Let me teach you the song of my people," and he's been meowing a lot. So anyway, let's see if I can get through this without meows in the background. So the first thing I was going to show you is this spreadsheet. This is the spreadsheet that I use when I'm trying to plan for travel. What I do is I put down sort of a wish list of cities that I want to go to. This is a current one. This would be some places that I'd like to visit that I know I haven't been. What I do is I will go and I just sort of pre-shop, where I'll go and I'll look for the fares just to see how much they are to kind of get a general ballpark kind of an idea. So my favorite website for searching is actually Google Flights. My local airport is Houston, so I usually just leave this as is for the first round, and then I put in where I want to go. So let's say Shanghai. I'm going to say all airports. I didn't even worry about setting the dates because in this case I'm actually just interested in kind of getting a ballpark of what the airfare looks like. And here it's actually not that bad round trip, $7.87. So it's good to be able to see this. Now look up here, it has this really nice tip where it tells you, if you change your date, it'll be even lower. But so the really great place is when you come up here into the date. If you click in it, it gives you these options down here, and these are the best. I mean, first of all, you can see for a month out, you can see what the prices are going to be. But to go even farther, you can come out here and look at this price graph, which is one of my favorite things to do. And you can just scroll along and you can see the variability in the pricing. Like there was one, $581 round trip. Now this is a 4-day trip. I'm gonna guess that's not the most practical for Shanghai, so let's try making this a 7-day trip. Through, and you can see exactly when you can travel to get the best rate. So look right here, $575, 7-day round trip. So assuming that I didn't already have kind of a pre-planned idea of when I needed to go, I would be able to just go ahead and use this information and select this. So if I just go ahead and click on this, Friday, April 13th to Friday, April 20th. So now it's gone ahead and populated this for me up here. I do done. And it comes back and it shows me these fares. But again, really good price, right? So if I want to, I can go ahead and track this, turn this on, and it's going to automatically send me alerts letting me know when this price goes up or down, which is really nice. I'm just flabbergasted at how cheap this airfare is. Maybe I should go. Now, assuming that I didn't like the price here, or I wanted to see if I could find something better somewhere else, I would also come in here and I would add multiple cities. This is something that I think not a lot of the similar types of websites, the travel websites, they don't typically offer this, or at least they didn't in the past, which is why I started using Google Flights so much. But so I can say I want to try out of Austin, I want to try out of Dallas, I want to try out of San Antonio, I even want to try leaving from New Orleans because that's within drivable distance to me. And yes, I am so crazy with all the flying that I have all of these airport codes memorized. It's really a little embarrassing. But anyway, so at this point I can go ahead and search again, research. and it will return the cheapest airfare. And it turns out that, you know, that $5.75 is the cheapest. They're showing me, you know, from DFW now. Yeah, so again, there's really no major advantage to this for me, but sometimes there really is if you check with other airports like this. Now, the other cool thing that I like to do sometimes is say, okay, well, maybe I don't want to spend $5.75 round trip, but again, wow, good price. But, you know, let's see how much it would cost to go from some other places that I might want to visit. So my current spreadsheet, I want to go to Tokyo, I want to go to see Machu Picchu in Peru, I want to go to Iceland. Probably not a lot of places on here that might be, you know, a price help, but perhaps Tokyo. So let me take a look and see how much it costs to fly to Tokyo. I'm going to use the same model. I'm leaving all of the different airports over here, and I'm just going to replace Shanghai with Tokyo. This one, you'll notice I don't have memorized. I think probably, yeah, all airports is best. Okay, so it comes back. It looks like that's actually more expensive. But what if I then think about this a different way and say, okay, it's only 500 and something to fly to Shanghai. What is it from Shanghai to Tokyo? So now I'm going to pop over here. Again, I'm going to put Shanghai back in. See which airport in Shanghai it was that we were going to get that great rate. And it looks like PVG. So now I'm going to come over here and replace this PVG. And I am going to put Tokyo over here. All airports. And see what it comes back with. And look at this, $207 round trip. Okay, so for the same price almost as a trip just direct from Houston to Tokyo and then back, I could go to both Shanghai and Tokyo. And again, it's just because I'm thinking geographically speaking, Tokyo is closer to Shanghai than either is to Houston. And they're both, so this gave me the opportunity to take Nathan up to see his grandparents. And then we would leave from there to go to Sydney. At the same time, the flight had a couple of different options of layover. I think one was LA and the other was San Francisco. I've never been to San Francisco before, and it's been on my bucket list, but mostly because I wanted to see the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm not a big city explorer. For me, I'm not wild about man-made things. For me, for the most part, I am most fascinated with nature, so not that I really wanted to go and spend days and days and days in San Francisco. I just wanted to go see the Golden Gate Bridge. So when I saw that there was the option for a layover in San Francisco, and one of the options gave us something like 12 hours of layover time there, I chose that so that we could take the day and just go to San Francisco. We actually went and saw the Golden Gate Bridge. We had a lot of fun. It was a nice transition going from visiting the grandparents to then going to San Francisco and taking a look around, and then from there going to Australia. It kind of broke the trip up a little bit for Nathan. It also made the timing quite nice for us because the flight ended up leaving late at night, and so Nathan was tired and he slept for most of the first part of the flight to Australia, which is a really, really good thing. If you have kids, you know what I'm talking about, but it's really good for them to be able to get that sleep. And then it helps also, at least for me, I always find that it helps if I get some sleep on a flight or I'm going to be changing time zones significantly like that. If I sleep on the way there, then it's easier for me to kind of convert to the new time zone when I get there. So anyway, that flight was perfect for us. Then just on a wild hair, just because again I was looking at the globe and I was noticing, wow, you know, these guys are not that far from Hawaii. And, you know, Hawaii to California, Hawaii to Seattle, that's usually a lot cheaper than Hawaii to Houston. And Hawaii was another place that was on my wish list. I'd been many years ago, but I was really wanting to go back. So I thought, well, let me just go ahead and just, you know, just on a whim, I checked to see how much it would cost from Sydney to Honolulu. and it was around $200 or less. So again, my mind was completely blown because here I was able to put all of these different stops in, and it literally was about the same price as the original prices I was seeing just to fly from Houston to Sydney. So that was just a no-brainer for me. We had the time, so we went ahead and tacked Honolulu onto the trip as well. So this was one of the trips we did last summer. This was obviously well, not obviously, I suppose there are probably plenty of people who travel more than that, but for us this was the most significant trip we took last summer. We took several others that were domestic, and of course I'm sure we'll be talking about that at a later date because Nathan's excited to share those experiences too. But this was the one that, you know, we went the most places. So anyway, this is how we ended up doing that. That's why we ended up doing that, and it ended up being very cost effective for us, and we had the best time.
First few steps that I take every time I'm looking into airfare. I'm having way too much fun with this. So I can never do anything live. Because I'm too lost.